But I did want to talk about, I was doing this in school this week, about marijuana and the need to legalize it. Not from I mean, back in the day, I enjoyed it, but in all actuality, we have to. I did so much research on it. Basically, just to give you guys something to run with, in my research, you find out that most people, you've heard of CBD, right? It's like cannabidiol or something like that. Anyway, CBD, what people don't realize, I think, is CBD is what it knocks away some of the negative effects of the weed. So around, I'd say 2004, the level of CBD in pot just diminished to almost practically not there. So that's when the weeds started getting to this degree now where we're in like, well, let me start over. The THC went up because dispensaries are now able to make their own. So instead of like the 6% THC that was in pot back in the 90s, it's now anywhere from 12 to 26. So it's like nearly 3 times what it was before.
I thought that stuff that Snoop Dogg owned, I thought that was like,
it
was like 70%.
I don't know about that. That would break your brain.
Yeah, I mean,
like the 26%.
He won't even touch that stuff. He was like, I won't do it.
Now he's like, I won't do it. No, but yeah. So now they're making it stronger, and they're getting rid of the stuff that will keep you from having your brain break, the stuff that calms you down. Because what most people don't realize is cannabis is a psychotropic, hallucinogen along those lines. It's not an antidepressant. It's not all these things that everybody else thinks it is. It is not LSD or psilocybin, but it will make you see shit, imagine shit, all that stuff. And so now we're at this point where it's breaking brains, because adding to that, say you've got a predisposition for schizophrenia, bipolar, manic episodes, things like that. Now it's got something to toy with, and it's I get people that come in that are broken, like broke, like seeing stuff that's not there, talking to people that aren't there, Illuminati, fucking.
But just because of marijuana?
Yeah, because the shit that's coming out now from dispensaries and all, there's no regulation. This is why I'm saying it's got to be legalized, because it's got to be legalized so they can regulate it, so that they can put, stickers on the package that say
a dispensary is a legal institution. So
right.
It's decriminalized, but it is not legalized. That's the thing.
No, like in California,
it's legalized.
California, it's heavily regulated.
Some places, yes.
Like, so we get these candy bars. A friend of ours mails them to us, right?
Uh-huh.
We get these candy bars, and they come in these squares, and each and each square is 5 milligrams. And she sends us these mints. Each mint is 2 milligrams. And before you get that psychotropic effect, for most people from marijuana, you need about 7 milligrams. So 5 milligrams, it's like having like a little more than a drink, That's what it feels like. You feel really relaxed. And the great thing is no fucking calories, other than that piece of chocolate that you had.
Who cares if you got fucking calories, if you got chocolate coming out of the walls?
I'm not thinking that. I'm not thinking about that.
Who gives a shit? Yeah, look at him. You think he cares about it?
Beer had me up to 230. Beer had me up to 230. I love beer, but
yes, but if you're high, think of all the Doritos you're gonna eat.
But I don't do that though.
So anyway, we're in a bad place with it. Pot is gonna get to a point where it's gonna be everything they said it was. It's almost prophetic, because now it's getting to a point where it's really fucking people up, and they're in the research I was doing, there's also saying that frequency of use is not what's really doing it. It's a kind of a comorbidity thing, because what it is you're using it frequently, yes, but sometimes it's 6%, sometimes it's 12%, sometimes it's 8%, and sometimes it's got some CBD in it, sometimes it doesn't. So it's just it's like hitting the lottery. They get that one where they're drinking, they're smoking moonshine level at beer can quantity. You know what I mean? So it just crushes their system.
Jack, go ahead.
No, I just think it's funny because, you know, when I was young, when we were all young, because we're not.
I'm still young.
And like every now and then you'd sneak a little weed. At least some of us did. Some of us did it more often. Like, it was very shitty weed. Like, you'd have to smoke a whole joint with like 2 of your friends, and then you'd be like, okay, I'm a little stoned. And now we've gotten to a point in society where it's practically legal. Like, I live in a state now where it's legal, period. And they have dispensaries where you get taxed on it. You have to pay through the ass because you are being taxed on it. And it's regulated. And they have like 1,000 different flavors, right? For whatever you're bipolar, you have anxiety, you're insomniac. Wait a minute. I'm just telling you, having been there. And the weed is so much better now. It's just better, stronger weed, and it's legal. So if you're a pothead, you're happy. And now of course we're finding ways to complain about that. Like, now the weed is too good. I just think it's ironic. Like it's never enough. It's never enough. Like, now you got 100, you have 100 different kinds of weed you could buy, not go to jail, smoke wherever you want, and now we're complaining about it. Like, I just think it's funny. Like,
that's not all accurate, Jack.
Well, go ahead. Where am I wrong?
Regulated. We're in the state. We're in the point right now where I can equate it. I was talking to Mike about this. You can equate it to bathtub gin. In other words, that there was one point during Prohibition where people were making the shit in their homes, and then they'd go and drink it and go fucking blind.
Right.
And this is the equivalent. It's not regulated.
It is regulated. There are numerous states where it's not federally regulated,
Right.
but it is
Fair enough.
regulated on state level.
But that's what I'm saying. It needs to be fully regulated. It needs to be across the board regulated. You can only, or at bare minimum, it has to be labeled.
So now you want more federal regulations. You want more federal involvement.
Hey, buddy, you've not seen what I've seen as far as what it does to an 18-year-old kid that smokes it. It fucking breaks them. It ruins their life.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm confused.
12
I'm
years.
confused then. Okay,
I like federal regulation. I'm sorry. I like federal
Oh
regulation.
my
But Zeus,
God.
And minorities definitely should. I mean, from Reconstruction, the New Deal, as soon as the states get into anything, I think a lot of race stuff gets into it. I like things to be federally regulated.
Whoa.
I don't-
Whoa.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I don't want to
wait.
take.
Legalized government. I like that.
I don't want to take it down this
I like the
road.
rules of the land.
What about what about the new crime bill? How'd that do?
the new crime bill?
That
You mean the one back in the 90s?
Yeah, that's kind
Yes.
of
Everyone wanted that. I'm sorry.
I
I saw my first dead body down the street from here, someone being shot. I mean,
this is Arlington.
Everyone was freaked out.
Yeah.
You know, you can't come to me with that. Everybody.
Okay, sure.
So wait. But
I
let's
mean,
not go
whatever.
down. Let's not go down the political
20,
path.
20 years in jail. 20 years in jail for a nonviolent drug offense. Yeah, that was a good.
But see, that's the other thing.
We definitely overdid it.
But here's the other thing about this. You're talking about 20 years in jail.
Super predator.
Yes.
It wasn't.
Hey,
You know.
if we legalize it, if we make it federally legal, if we mandate certain things about it, like you have to have CBD to counter the negative effects of the marijuana. And if we legalize it, there will be a paradigm shift where we will have to start letting some of those people out of jail because it will no longer be arguable that they should be there. And here's the fucking crime in that.
We already do that.
Hold on, I'm not done.
We already do that.
Yeah, but not enough.
The Criminal Reform Act just did that.
Okay, but still, there's still people
But
in
that was
jail.
Trump. Sorry.
No, but that was written during the Obama administration. I'm sorry, but the GOP
Okay.
bring it up for vote.
Who signed it? Who signed it?
Bring it up for vote. The GOP would.
Who signed it? Who signed it?
Of both the Senate and the House.
Who signed it?
It does that's not. That's like.
No, it's totally irrelevant. Mike, you hear this, Mike?
That's very.
You hear this, Mike?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask for shit. I'm sorry.
Okay, we'll do a whole podcast on that one of these days.
We can.
Here's the thing, Zeus.
Mommy, Daddy, stop fighting!
Here's the thing, Zeus. From what you're saying, I mean,
I gotta get
anecdotes.
some of that.
But I never got
I
to
gotta
finish
get some of that shit.
Listen,
I never got to finish what I was saying though. Hold on,
I
Mike.
haven't even said anything yet.
Hold your fucking thought. My point is,
Yeah, this
Yeah, I
is
get
not
what
gonna
you're
air.
listen, we are not responsible enough in this society to have just the Pandora's box open up to us. There has to be regulation on this. And like I said, there will be a paradigm shift. If we regulate it on a federal level, it's going to be very much like alcohol, where you can't make 112 proof. Yeah, I'm joking, but you can't make it where it will blind somebody. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, you trust me, this is my business. This is what I do. I see people getting broke by this all the time. And dude, I got no issues with weed, man. I'm just saying right now, it might as well be acid. They might as well just be throwing acid down 18-year-olds' throats or under their tongues, whatever.
Hey,
I don't
Point
think
being
that's
is
you're still
breaking
not
people.
you're not really characterizing. I don't think that you're describing the actual situation of what marijuana is. Perhaps there have been some products that they've created. You mentioned tinctures.
No,
earlier. I don't know what that is.
I've been
But if
doing
you're
my
just
own
talking about the
research.
plant itself
oh,
that's
Jesus
being
Christ.
grown.
No,
in a
that's the
dispensary.
thing. They're
What are you talking about?
the dispensaries, the people that are making it now that are or have free reign are making it, removing the CBD and making it a higher THC content. The receptors that would have normally received 6% THC are now receiving 3 times that. It's causing havoc.
So
I see kids all the time that are completely broken from this, and I've got no
First
problem.
of all,
with it.
I think undeveloped minds shouldn't.
Yeah, they say up until 26 you shouldn't smoke it anyway.
So
I agree with that.
Also, I do appreciate your experience, and it certainly is valid. But I don't think that experience is.
Whoa! Mark
is-
this date on the calendar. Jason just
No.
said that I was right about something.
I didn't say that at
No,
all.
he didn't.
I'm actually coming around to the "you're wrong" part.
Fuck you.
Exactly. When you're talking about the issue and how it's affecting
Mike, what was that?
people writ large, you have to provide some sort of statistical basis. How many people are enjoying marijuana and being severely deranged by its highly toxic effects? It's probably significantly lower than all the other drugs, and certainly when it comes to death, it's still
Actually,
alcohol is still going to be way above that.
I'll send you my annotated bibliography. They actually do touch on that. They said that it's around the level of amphetamines, which is pretty severe.
In terms of what?
Where people are having to go in for treatment. It's called Cannabis Use Disorder. And people are being seen for that on the level that they are for amphetamines. So that's
what does that mean on the level? I mean, I'm sure there's masturbation disorders. People get treatment for that as well. I mean, what
that
exactly
a disorder? If that's a disorder, put me away.
dude, you have to shave your hands every morning. What are you talking about?
I use Nair for lotion. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Here's the thing, Zeus. I think you're conflating 2 things.
I'm not listening to you.
One thing is you're talking about your experience, which is valid, but you have to admit that you are in a subset of a subset of a subset with your anecdotal experience.
I'm in a subset. You're in a subset.
And two, the states where it is legal, or where there are dispensaries, everything is measured out. What you're talking about and what we were talking about, where obviously there's people that are growing this stuff that's like super intense. That's not the stuff that's being given out at dispensaries.
Exactly.
So you still have this.
You're making my point for me, Michael.
Okay, but
No, you're not. He's not. Yeah,
He's
not
just
making
saying,
your point.
I'm saying you're always going to have some illegal, aspect to something. Everyone's human beings.
Yeah.
Look, monster trucks, dude. We push everything to the limit, right? You get a pickup truck, someone's going to put 15-foot tires on it, and you give someone marijuana, someone's going to be like, I'm going to get this as concentrated as I possibly can. But you don't make a federal regulation about that. That's like, on the outskirts of things. Obviously, that's an issue.
Two people have said I'm valid now. I feel so good. Now, here's the point.
You're not, actually.
Fuck you. No, here's the thing. I'm just joking, Jack. Here's the thing.
I know you
I
are.
see it on enough of a regular basis that it is very concerning. When people come in to our unit and they talk about they've been smoking marijuana, every time I ask them,
dude,
I get what you're saying. I'm not.
No, but so I work in construction.
Well, wait, let me finish.
Everyone I see every day wants to get their house remodeled. Everyone wants to get your experience is, you have to recognize that your experience is not typical.
Yes, but you're not letting me finish. Sure.
Mike, Zeus, he's saying you deal with crazy people.
Right.
Dealing with crazy
make a
people
federal
now.
Regulation about crazy. I mean, you're going to take your experience and regulate.
Okay, but you got to let me finish what I'm saying. Here, let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay.
So I've already kind of come to this conclusion that these stronger weeds, and dude, there is so much research on it. All I'm saying is, from my experience, and just let me finish this statement. The people that I see it's of course people smoke weed. Everybody smokes weed. But what I ask every one of these people is, and the ones that are broken from smoking weed, is it that pharmacy grade stuff? And every time they say that it's the high octane, man, I'm telling you, this is my wheelhouse.
The
high octane,
stuff?
the high THC, the 26%.
From a dispensary?
Yeah, you can get fucking powerful shit from the dispensary. That's why I'm saying it has to be regulated. What?
And the problems with the dispensary, dude. Like, why are they giving out this?
No. Remember, the dispensaries are they're primarily set up for actual medical use. So if you've got cancer, and you're suffering from pain, I mean, do you want people using opioids, which, it deals a lot with your breathing, the parts of your brain that deals with breathing and stuff like that, or weed, where it doesn't. So you don't have to worry about.
There's a lot of. Listen, I'm all about legalizing it just for recreation. What I'm saying, though, is that we have to have some caps, or at bare minimum, if you federally regulated, just to say that if you make this the high octane break your brain shit, that you got to have a sticker on there that says, hey, this could break your brain. And if you have a family with schizophrenia or bipolar, it's ill-advised to take this. Much like when they show pictures of the lungs when you smoke. Or, you see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that we have to have all this oversight, but at least there has to be some kind of warning.
Can I ask a question?
No. What were you saying, Mike? Go ahead.
No,
Jack.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying the issue. Are you making the case that marijuana is not regulated enough in the United States? Is that your proposition?
Yeah, actually. Wow. But not how you think. I'm not saying it how you're thinking. I'm saying that they're manipulating it. There's a paradigm shift in the
I understand what you're saying. And if you're telling, like, hey, people should know what the content of things are that they're buying,
Exactly.
Absolutely. I don't want to buy sugar at the grocery store and find out
Listen,
it's Coke.
I'm saying
Right.
they can lace it with crack if they want, but they have to be regulated to say that they're lacing it with crack. Do you get what I'm saying? They have to make it safer for those consuming, because guess what? People that are inexperienced using weed can fucking flip out too. And
I just
there's
think-
just got to be
I think
some
this is-
oversight.
I think this is a solution looking for a problem.
No, I do.
Yeah. Thank you.
Again,
Thank you.
every time that I talk to somebody, I get what you're saying about I'm dealing with a subset and all that,
Yeah.
but
It's anecdotal. Yeah.
my subset every time it's the high octane shit.
No, there are a lot of people that end up calling like the emergency the emergency rooms of hospitals, thinking that they're about to die because they've had a little too much. The average person only needs about 7 milligrams, and that's it.
Shit, when I used to smoke it, if I stubbed my toe, and this is whack when it was a 6%, I was focused on my toe for fucking 3 hours. Imagine if you got 3 times that. Now you're tripping, focusing on your toe for 3 hours. It's a very real problem.
Well, I had 2 questions. One is related. The other one has to do with one of us. One is marijuana legalized, or at least decriminalized? No, legalized with the dispensaries in Virginia.
I think it's decriminalized in Virginia.
It's decriminalized. I think they can give you like a $20 ticket or something.
Yeah,
Medical
it's
use in
decriminalized.
Virginia.
No, but are there dispensaries where like you and I could just go buy weed if we want?
Not in Virginia yet.
Okay,
DC,
so
yes.
all right, so you're talking. So you live in a state and you practice medicine in a state where it's not regulated at all.
But it's decriminalized, which means you can be caught with
No,
it.
that means it's a parking ticket.
I know, I got it.
Okay, so all right, so your anecdote is
You
in a
can't buy
place
it
where
in
it's not
No.
legal at all.
The anecdote that I'm using is in California where it's regulated. And that's the reason.
No,
why
okay.
it's regulated.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Zeus. And then the other question was, what is Tom doing? Because he's been very quiet. He's not.
Checking some stats. I was looking to see if the hospitalizations went up after legalization. Keep talking. 1 second.
Well, I mean, if you want to stay on this, then yeah, go ahead. Do your. I just miss you, Tom.
I miss you too, Tom.
It's like you're
I
on
miss
another
your warm
planet.
embrace. Hold on, I'll send some facts to you guys.
Look who's out of bed.
Hey,
Look at this
I
guy.
knew it. I knew
He
it.
looks
I
just
knew
like his
it.
daddy. Did you find the guy?
I knew it. I knew it.
Don't laugh at that.
What's your name, little man? What's your name?
Zeus.
What's your name?
Michael.
Ah, good name, Michael.
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 How you doing, buddy?
Why are you out of bed?
I want to do
It's the best part of the podcast right now.
Go back to bed.
Good night.
See you, buddy. Don't be scared of monsters.
It's almost 11 o'clock.
He's
You
looking that up.
You got man in your closet.
Hey, Tom, you got to weigh in or change the subject quickly, please.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I don't care one way or the other. I have a very
Wow, John Kerry.
my take would be why don't we make all smoking illegal in the US? That's what I would want to do. Now,
Oh.
I'm not saying marijuana
Oh.
would have to be illegal. You can do what Darcy, I like Darcy's idea. You can use the chemical components of it, things like that, bake it into stuff or whatever, but no
Say
smoking.
bacon?
Well,
Bacon, if you can
I think my
inject it into bacon.
Hot bacon sounds delicious.
No cigarette smoking, no vaping, no marijuana smoking. But you can still have nicotine if you need it, and we can still have the
Yeah, that's one thing I
tobacco
never
farms.
understood.
We
I
could
was like,
export it. That's okay with me, but
have nicotine,
illegal, make
different
smoking
way.
illegal.
You know.
Well, here's why. Because is everybody familiar with Hamlet? You know the poison that he has on his dagger at the end that he kills the other guy with?
Okay.
That was nicotine.
Okay.
It's highly toxic. One drop will kill like 100 people. You can't just take some nicotine.
Well, no. I'm not saying just pure nicotine. It could be mixed with something. You know,
Like
it is.
nicotine,
It's mixed with tobacco. I know. I mean, I know what you're saying, but nicotine has no. It's there for the addictive qualities.
Right. So get rid of it.
Doesn't need to be there.
Who needs it?
Isn't it a stimulant?
Yeah, it's a
very
powerful
I think that it sounds like the hill that Tom wants to die on is don't light anything on fire and ingest it.
Right. Don't smoke anything. It's bad.
How about alcohol?
I mean, hell, oxygen is
Don't
bad
smoke
for
alcohol.
lungs, but you know,
Drink
you
it.
need it.
Right.
If you
What
smoke it,
other other behaviors should we start to regulate?
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, you guys are like Nazis, for
Yeah.
fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Why are we stopping people from?
Hold on. Hold on.
I got Zeus in the corner. It's like
Nobody
my
put
religion
Zeus
over
in a
here.
corner.
Zeus in the corner.
He's the skinhead.
Is that Zeus in the corner?
Nobody put Zeus in a corner.
Wait, I want to. What I want to know is this: why is it that the two conservatives in this program want less regulation, and the very liberal people want like to ban shit?
Everything.
I'm not
Left
saying
and
ban
right.
it.
Don't lump
Holy
me in with the
shit, you
liberals.
fucking communist.
No one's saying.
I don't know, Mike.
I'm a centrist.
I don't know.
Right in the middle.
I'm very much for it legalized for the recreational purposes. I'm told, good Lord, here's another reason why I want it legal, because then 10 years maybe down the road, when I'm still a nurse, they can't fucking fire me for finding it in my system. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? So I want it legal because I would like to partake in it again at some point.
I just want to leave
Wait a minute.
selective policing.
There's certain jobs where you're not going to be able to do it. I'm
Okay.
afraid.
Yeah, but
I-
here's
I-
the thing. Here's what you don't understand. They've now got it to a point where they can detect it in your system.
I know.
You've taken it within the last 12 hours. So
No.
technically,
Okay,
we're
Zeus.
already down the road.
Zeus, no,
where
this will kill your argument because
I'll
so
kill your
before
argument.
legalization, rate of hospitalizations, which you're complaining about, was 575 per 100,000 people, right?
Nationwide.
After legalization, the rate of hospitalization increased up to 803 out of 100,000. And then after a few more years, it went up to 1,440 people per 100. So it keeps going up the more you legalize.
Yes, but
How do you
you're
explain that?
not
More
fact
people are using it.
that they're making right now.
They're making better. They're making better weed. That's what he's trying to say. They're making
It's just going to
stronger
lead to
weed.
more people. If you
That's
don't want people being hospitalized,
We're again, bathtub Jen. You got to keep in mind, we're in the middle of it changing. This is going to happen. This is inevitable. What I'm saying is inevitable. I'm just saying they should speed up the process. They're going to have to regulate it on some level where they put the CBD back in, because the CBD missing is the big problem. The high THC is okay. It's the CBD being taken out. Despite what Jack thinks, I'm not a conspiracy guy, but this is plain and simple
No.
logic. They want to sell the
I don't
shit
think
out
you
of
are.
it, so they make it more addictive. If they make you get more high off of it, you're going to be more likely to be addicted to it. They're
Weed's not
taking out-
addictive.
Dude, cannabis use disorder is a disorder. People are smoking it because the CBD is not in it. The CBD is like,
Okay. So
anybody
me-
familiar with
me,
Antabuse?
Oh,
You know, I use.
he just lost Darcy.
I use ever since I was a kid.
Where's my ball? I'm going home.
Like I might smoke with some friends, and then I wanted to have it again for maybe a year. Then a year goes by,
Same
and
here.
I might have it a few times, within a few months, and then not have it for 2 years.
Can I offer an addendum here, amendment here? Like, Mark or Zeus, why don't we just say, if you're producing this stuff, you have, just like we have labels on food that say how
That's
much
all I'm
sodium's in it.
But
And
right
that's
now
right.
they
You
You
don't
just have to say how much is in it.
That's
Like,
what I'm
why
saying
does it
right
have to
now.
be?
Right now, they don't have to do that. Right now, they advertise it as this is the powerful shit. They're not saying this is the powerful shit that'll break
But
your
is the
fucking
price going to get jacked up like a pack of cigarettes costing 10? I mean,
You have to jump
how
through
much is the price going to be?
in order to get the more powerful
Exactly.
stuff. You have to jump through a lot of hoops, actually. But you can walk right in and get the regular candy bar stuff. Now, yes, if you eat that whole candy bar, it's going
What's
to be
those candy bars?
milligrams.
Who was it? I was just talking to.
What?
I was talking to somebody about they were given a gummy and they only ate like a quarter of it and they were fucking floating.
Dude.
I won't say their name.
So my first experience with stuff from California, it was this one company. They're regulated, and they had this cookie. It was 250 milligrams. It's on the package. It has all this stuff like it's in a store. It's professional. I was like, man, this is awesome. And I was over at Darnell's and we're talking and everything. I take a little piece of this cookie. I'm chewing whatever. We're talking, and that feeling hits me. And I just start getting up. I just start getting in. He's like, hey, where you going, buddy?
Has everybody seen my feet?
I was like, I gotta go home. I need a bit. And he thought it was so funny. This is about 5 years ago. It was before my boy was born. He goes, dude, for the last
Of course.
years, I've watched you walk across the street, leaving my house. And you always, you go in a diagonal line straight from my house to your house. This night, you walked all the way down the sidewalk until you were lined up right in front of the house. And you kept on looking both ways, even though there was no cars on the street.
You're not on the camera.
Oh, I was looking both ways, even though there's no car on the street. And then I walked straight across the street. He was like, you haven't done that. You've never done that. It's been 50 years, or 45 years.
One of my
What would
favorite.
have happened if you'd ate the whole bar, though?
Oh, I'd be
No,
dead.
he'd be
Or
dead.
I'd
Okay, well, how's that illegal then?
an ambulance,
Anybody remember Barney Miller? The show Barney Miller. One of my favorite scenes on that show is they had, I forget what I think it was Wu, the Chinese guy on the show. They all got the pot brownies and he comes in, he goes, can anybody hear that? And they're like, what? And he goes, it's my eyes. And he goes like this, squish, squish.
We gotta find
Barney
that.
Miller,
I gotta
man.
find that.
Yeah, we could talk pot stories. What? Let's just say I might have had pot brownies at one point too, and yeah, they will just wreck your outlook on life. It's got. I'm Mike. What you said is all I'm saying. Is make it as strong as you want, mix it with whatever you want, but we have to have some warnings. We
But it
have to make
already-
it safer for people.
But what
That's
I'm saying
what
is,
I'm looking-
it already is. Like if you're buying it, quote unquote, legally, it already is. If you're getting it-
No, it just tells you what kind it is and what kind of high it gives you, and then
No, it tells you what the milligrams are on it. If you go to, at least in Maryland, if you go to a dispensary, everything is labeled with what.
Does it say this could do this to you? No.
Yes,
Okay.
that's on the packaging.
Well, then it needs to be widespread because everything dude, I did a lot of research on this. It's not nearly as regulated as you guys think it is. It's just not.
Okay.
I'm not saying Big Brother it. I'm just saying warning. If you have
I think you're talking about the illegal
psychotics,
stuff.
maybe this isn't for you.
I think you're talking about the stuff that's not regulated, that people are just
But
making.
that's what I'm saying. Right now, they can make it however they want.
But that's already illegal.
No, it's not. They're taking the CBD out.
Okay. I'm just what you get
lot
from
of
a
the weed
dispensary.
you get right now is practically non-existent. I read 10, 15 papers on this. I'm telling you, CBD is not in it, and CBD is the thing that helps you not go ape shit. I'm just saying they're manipulating it. They're making it stronger and removing the things that make
Who's
it
they?
them, you know.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's like a lot of other issues. I'm like, where are all the bodies? Like, where's this?
They're behind you on Mars.
I'm just saying. I think you're talking about like a
Burial
very
mounds.
specific thing, man. I don't think this is an epidemic. I really don't.
I don't think it is either yet. I'm saying they're going to do what I'm saying anyway. I'm just saying they should speed it up. It's going to happen.
If it goes on unregulated, it will be.
It'll be bad.
It'll be a huge
It'll be
problem.
real. It'll be bathtub gin. That's all I'm saying.
It's regulated here.
Most people are stupid.
Yes.
Most people are stupid.
80% of the U.S. is stupid.
Look, even my dad. I told him. I said I made him some butter. to put on his muffins, right? And I go, Dad, okay. What I want you to do is you take a really small amount, put it on the muffin, eat the muffin. Okay. Now, this is what's going to happen. About 30 minutes, you're going to go by. You're not going to feel anything. You're going to be like, hey, you know what? I should have another muffin and add some more. I said, don't do that.
Don't have another muffin.
Don't have another muffin. Just ride with it so you can get an idea of, if it's too strong, if it's too weak. This is your first time. Just be patient.
You dosed your dad.
So my dad calls me like 4 or 5 days later. Hello? Darcy. What? Darcy. I was like, you didn't listen to me. He's like, no.
He's like, Darcy, have you seen my feet? They're about this big and they were at the ends of my legs.
People are just, some people just don't have any common sense. Actually, most people don't have common sense. I don't even understand why they call it common sense.
Yeah, it's not very common.
But
it's like Civil War.
No one ever listens to me when I tell them that. I'm like, okay, you just have to wait and you have to, figure it out because it's unregulated. Like when I make butter with a new batch of pot, I don't know how strong that is. So the only way to figure out, how much, what's too strong or not is by first having that little bit. So you've got an idea, it's not scientific.
So like if he wakes up in his backyard naked with a banana in his ass, he's like, little less butter next time.
Nice work.
That's how that would work.
Nice work, Darcy. Nice work.
Okay, for instance, my buddy Kirk, he used to, I think a couple of you guys know Kirk. He used to get absinthe. He'd get it sent over. And the great trick.
Oh, Jesus.
You buy like 5 bottles and you count on losing one. And that's usually what happens. So you can get absinthe, but you're going to take a 20% hit. But here's kind of to lend to what Darcy's saying. He'll be like, okay, you got to drink this slow, Zeus. You got to, here's your little cup. And I'll be like, and my thinking right then is, so this is going to make me feel really good, right? Yeah, Zeus is going to make you feel really good. So what if I drink it right from the bottle? That's Americans.
I don't know. I don't think people are that crazy, man. Like I said, where are the bodies?
I didn't say they were crazy. I said people are stupid.
We're so
where are all the bodies? Like, where is this manifesting itself as this major problem?
At the QAnon rallies.
At the QAnon.
That's where they.
I don't know. Like I said, I think it's a solution looking for a problem. I just don't see it.
Yeah, Jason.
Well, I'm here looking at a IH, and
You're not even paying attention to us.
no, I was listening to all the story about the butter and everything, and I can multitask. And this article does validate some of the content of what Zeus was saying, and it pains me to say that. The problem with the current available cannabis in dispensaries in Colorado is that the THC content is not like it used to be. Prior to the 90s, it was less than 2%. In the 90s, it grew to 4%. And between 95 and 2015, there's been a 212% increase in THC content in the marijuana flower.
Yeah,
2017,
45%, something like that.
Yeah. In 2017, the most popular strains found in dispensaries in Colorado had a range of THC content from 17 to 28%. such as that found in a popular strain named Girl Scout cookie.
I like it.
Sadly,
Good.
the plants that have been these plants producing high levels of THC are incapable of producing CBD, the protective component of the plant. So these strains have minimal CBD. For example, the Girl Scout cookie strain has only 0.09 to 0.2% CBD. It then goes on to talk about how they are there were issues in children consuming and having medical issues, and now that packages have to be marked as containing marijuana. So I guess so that they know that they shouldn't be doing it. It doesn't say that there have been deaths. It sounds like it goes more on to talk about drug addiction.
Yeah, I
Children
think.
eat Tide Pods.
Well, Tide Pods don't cause a dopamine rush.
I'm just saying. I mean, I just don't know that we need more regulations to deal with, outlying situations. But
Okay,
If you
Tide
do-
Pods
if you do
is
more
Darwinism,
things,
though.
You need more regulation. I mean,
Tide Pods is Darwinism. If you're eating laundry detergent, you should probably not be adding to the gene pool.
I don't think you need any more regulation on individuals who are well informed choosing what they put into their bodies.
You need to allow them to be well informed. I agree with you.
As long as people are informed as to the potential consequences of their actions, and let them do what they want to do.
This is what I've been saying.
Whatever.
Thank you.
But
That's
this
what I've been saying the whole time.
isn't regulation. If
It needs
you're
to.
making it legal, that's deregulation.
If
Now,
you don't regulate
must
it,
regulate
nobody's
it
gonna
after
put
it's
the
legal.
shit on it that tells that you shouldn't buy it.
You would have to, yeah.
If you don't regulate it, they're not going to put warnings on it because that deters you from buying their product. That's all I'm saying. They just labels at the very least, and maybe lower the strength a little or add CBD. You can add CBD. That's all
what
I'm
regulation exists right now that is preventing you from doing something that's harmful to yourself?
None.
You can't buy moonshine, not real moonshine.
Do you want to buy moonshine?
Oh,
Would you be
some
drinking
people might.
moonshine
I
right
love, I
now?
love moonshine.
But
Oh,
that's
and
not real moonshine.
and
That's
there's
something
some
else.
People would buy it, yeah.
It's not
So
real.
go ahead.
Hold it. So
I'm saying,
stuff that a guy's
Like, is there
in a
is there
bank-
anything you're not doing right now because it's
If you're talking
forbidden?
about- no, I'm talking about
going down
I'm
to
talking about the
Georgia.
stuff that you brought to my house that time. That's
Oh,
not real
for fuck's sake.
moonshine. That's different.
No,
Yeah.
in a
Yeah, that's
milk
not legal.
jug.
It's not legal.
Right, it's not legal.
Right. That's
I
what
know.
I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is there are regulations to keep some of these things.
I mean, again, it's just such a broad term where you're just like lofting regulations is like the end all be all, which is if be specific. I mean, do you just want the THC percentage on the product that's being purchased? If that's the case, if you don't want to step any further beyond that, I mean, I'm okay with that. If you're saying you
He
need
wants
more
to
than
add
that,
CBD.
No.
What
I'd say
and why?
proper labeling at bare minimum.
okay, well, I mean, we require that for everything. So,
But
just as long as that's, I don't know where it gets more beneficial to society after that.
a way to think about it is back in the day, if somebody handed us a bag and had weed in it, that's fine. But if somebody,
Okay, wait.
hold
I'm sorry. Before you get into your story, do you think that there should be more regulations after that? After informing people as to the potency of the marijuana
To
device?
add
When I
CBD.
go to buy grain alcohol, it's some places will not carry it. Or some places want to take down my name. Some places I needed a special license to have grain alcohol. I mean, it just depends. you know?
I think I've made it pretty clear. At bare minimum, it should be labeled accurately. Optimally, I think that CBD should be reinfused into whatever you're buying. It's just safe. It's pharmacological. Okay.
Why not just tell? Why not
buying
just
it from a
include that
pharmacy to
aspect?
be made safe, right?
Why not just tell people this doesn't have CBD in it? You make the choice.
That's fine. But again, so if I drink all this absinthe right from the bottle,
Yeah,
You die. You die.
exactly. And
Zeus.
you could do that. You have the right to do that.
That's true, but I know some stupid people, and I don't necessarily want them to die.
Here's another just
Okay.
a little side point, and this may be for another time, but just dovetailing off something Darcy said about his opinion of other people. And again, I'm not judging what Darcy's opinion of other people is, but I think most people are like very capable of making good decisions for themselves. I think the people that are loony that would drink a bottle of absinthe I think they're in the minority. That's why I'm so queasy about throwing around like regulation, like a general. I think most people know how to conduct themselves. I have respect for most people being able to do that. No, I'm saying that's so I don't feel a need to tell other people what they need to be doing. Like I feel like most people can take care of themselves.
I mean, I get what you're saying. We shouldn't be parenting everybody, but again,
that's children. That's not adults.
I don't know. I'm impacted a lot of how I see things, and I'm not usually just thinking of my own well-being. Like, I mean, part of the reason why I'm good at my job is because I can get into the state of mind of other people, and there's a lot of people that just don't practice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you're saying you want to control the lives of others. A huge percentage of the population in order to protect a very, very small.
You could say it that way, or you could say they want to prevent other people from coming to harm.
Okay, where are we going to stop? Let's just outlaw everything.
Yeah, but
dangerous.
the question is, who the fuck are you?
Zeus, you know me for years.
I guess we'll stop at when reefer madness becomes real. I guess that's when you go, oh, maybe we should do something early on.
Yeah.
What is your minimum age?
Talk about Darwinism. It's Darwinism, right?
What's the minimum age?
I would think same as alcohol.
We cannot.
No, but you said under 26 that nobody should use it.
Things are too
good
big.
Point. That's a good
to
point.
Use Darwinism. This is that's just.
Well, he did. He mentioned it with the Tide Pods. It's Darwinism, right?
Yeah, but this is different. Tide Pods are for cleaning.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Yes. So what? People know how to smoke weed safely too. Look at Jason.
Well, nobody wants to eat soap safely. The fuck is this?
Yeah, they do. They do. They do want to. No, they do want to. They do want to smoke weed safely.
Jack. It can't be the Wild West because people are going to go overboard.
No. Moderation is the key. It can't be the Wild West.
People do not moderate.
If they're going, there's
going to be a certain percentage that are going to go too far.
Yeah,
they are.
and that's the Darwinism.
We can't let people die.
Point.
Yeah, but you can't make the comparison of Tide Pods.
We let people die every day. The government regulates.
No more alcohol. No more alcohol. No more nicotine. No more opioids. No more nothing. Nothing that might help you is everything's banned now.
Those are even extreme examples.
Are we going to legalize coke?
What logical fallacy is that?
Why not?
Yeah, go ahead.
At what point did I say nobody should have any of these things recreationally? I have no issue with
I was actually talking to Tom.
Would you legalize heroin?
Honestly,
no, I wouldn't.
Legalize everything.
And why not?
Well, then legalize everything and let the chips fall where they're made. I mean,
yeah, you can't do that.
Palermo.
There's going to be a lot of chips falling.
It's been done. Portugal legalized absolutely everything.
Amount of
Portugal's
I think if you're honest with people about what drugs actually are, you end up having a lot less drug problems. Just Say No is stupid because
I agree.
Because what Just Say No did is when kids had finally smoked marijuana with their friends, they're like, hey, that didn't kill me.
It should be just say puff puff pass.
So
that's the regulation.
My dad's really honest
puff,
with
puff,
me.
pass.
He said the only safe stuff his weed, it's funny that, know how to get out there, right? He said the only safe thing, all the processed stuff, the coke, the heroin, all that stuff is like never touch it. It's all poison, unless you're getting prescribed from a doctor, and it's like that's still dangerous. You can still become addicted. So he's like, just
yeah.
alone, and he's like, alcohol is very dangerous, and I think I've done pretty good. I've only had a couple of blackout moments, so I think I'm doing pretty.
Well, good. It's a testimonial, man.
St. Patty's Day.
Testimonial.
Yeah, and actually heroin. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, we just had unfortunately my wife's oldest daughter. She came out when I went to South Korea to help with my son, and a few months later decided that she wanted to move on out here, and her boyfriend came along. I learned that he was a recovering heroin addict, and I didn't know that this is a bad area to be a heroin addict, and because all of the heroin here is fake, because all the wealthy people immediately buy up the real heroin. So all that's left is that fentanyl, right? So unfortunately, 2 days after my
George Floyd,
he OD'd and died off of fentanyl. He bought Percocets or something, and it was fake.
Wow.
Part of the problem that they're dangerous is because there is no apparatus. There really isn't a responsible apparatus to provide the support and education necessary. Just sort of saying no, don't do it, and we're not going to allow it, and then we're going to make you into a criminal if you do. That doesn't improve the situation.
Here, I have a little anecdote. I know this is just an anecdote. So my dad was in the military in the 60s, and he told me something. I started smoking like in the when was that? Like late 90s. I smoked for like 10 years. And I don't know, we were in some discussion about like, what's known now versus before. And he's like, listen, man, he's like, in 1963, 64, he's in like Southeast Asia, like people were smoking, whatever. He's like, we knew it was horrible for you then. There was no one that was walking around being like, smoking's great. I mean, all those ads that are like, oh man, smoking's good. The general population understood that this was not a healthy thing to be doing. It wasn't like it took the regulations for people to wake up and understand that it wasn't healthy, is all I'm saying. It's like people knew it wasn't healthy. And it's just like now, people, we don't go out to the liquor store and buy a pint of grain alcohol
hooker store
and drink it in one night because we know that's probably not a good idea. I mean, are there people out there that end up in Zeus's ward? Absolutely. But to say that that's the majority of people.
But they regulated like the amount of like formaldehyde that's in the cigarettes.
The whole thing with cigarettes,
there has to be some regulation there.
But people
Otherwise,
knew it was
all
unhealthy,
these
is my
chemicals.
point, and they still did it.
Filters that protects me. That shit doesn't do anything for you. It was false advertising. They were selling a product that definitely kills you or works on killing you.
And people understood that. Athletes didn't smoke.
I don't think people did.
How about,
honestly don't.
Do you remember when they used that
It's
stuff?
a first-hand account, so.
That's an anecdote.
It is an anecdote. Touche.
If you give the industries, the corporations, free reign, you get stuff like, what was it called? It was called like Olestrum or whatever, that stuff that they used to put in chips. And yeah, you'd lose weight, but you'd shit water for fucking 3 weeks. So yes, there needs to be regulation because people are assholes.
Just jumping back to
You're
cigarettes.
Like, as early as I'm shitting water.
as early as the 50s, people referred to cigarettes as coffin nails, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's not like it wasn't known.
Listen,
you guys are killing me.
They used to advertise cigarettes going, I out of 10 doctors prefer Lucky Strikes.
I know, but people understood what it was, man.
Tell me. Wait, time out. May I interject, please?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I got to tell you, we've been on this for like over an hour, Tom, right?
There's no clock on here, but probably, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I got to tell you, out of all the podcasts we've done so far, I have never heard less from Tom. Ever. Like not once. So Tom, you got to get involved, buddy. Just get involved. How do you
Jump in.
feel?
But I will say this.
Are you Tom?
Oh my God.
Are you Tom? Tom in the corner?
What he has said has been very, very good.
Tom in the corner.
There's a reason why you haven't heard from me.
Yeah, no shit.
Tell us the story, Tom. What happened to you?
Yeah, I don't have a story, but I don't know. I thought I was throwing in my 2 cents here and there.
Throw it in, man.
All right.
I think Tom threw in very good information when he did. He's just sitting back.
No, he did.
And
No, he started he started a fire, no doubt.
he didn't start the fire.
It's always been burning.
It's always burning.
What is Mike doing?
I'm Zeus,
Going
man.
like-
I'm Zeus.
They put Zeus in the corner.
Hey, man. I'm Zeus. How
Hey,
you
man,
doing?
I'm Zeus.
What's going on, man?
So I was listening to that
We
first one.
gotta regulate weed, man.
That could be an episode on teenage hunger force. What is that?
Oh, Aqua Teen Hunger
Teen
Force.
Hunger Force, yeah.
So,
Fucking hilarious.
I
can't-
personally
I
think
can't
this
look.
is
I
the
can't-
best episode we've had yet.
It might be. It might be.
Wait, is it the
Hey.
dumbest episode?
Let me tell you something.
Mike, you look so much skinnier when we don't see your whole body.
Yeah.
Oh, what a dick. He's going further. He's gone. Bye, Mike. Wait, I got a question for the crowd. How many people smoked weed on this podcast other than Mike?
In their life or today?
No, tonight.
Oh, not me.
Probably
It
Yeah, I
was-
did not.
it was-
I did not.
It was called a joke, Zeus. They have them.
I have to clarify because I'll lose my job. I want my friends to listen to this. Both of them.
I gotta catch a flight at 8:30.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Christ. All right, come on, Mike. You can do it. You can do it. Come on back.
Oh, okay.
Just step like you're coming up.
So
Hey,
so-
Mike.
Yes.
Mike, that was like Matt Damon in The Martian.
So I mean, did I make any impact on you guys? I mean, I'm not saying to Big Brother it at all. I'm just saying that
My girlfriend broke up.
safer for people. And
Hey,
again,
man, I'm all about putting labels on stuff to tell people what's in it. There's no problem with that. But the issue is we're already doing that. And the issue you're talking about is more to do with people who are operating outside of the existing regulations. And human beings are always going to take everything to the maximum limit, man. There's always going to be some guy out there that's going to be like, this shit's the strongest shit ever. I mean, it's just going to happen no matter what you do. It's going to be out there. And there's going to be people dumb enough to try it.
so you don't agree that they should have CBD?
No, I'm saying whatever that is, tell people what's in it. They can make their own choice. But I think you're conflating
It's a
two
naturally
things.
occurring chemical in it when it's not tampered with.
I'm sorry.
It's a naturally occurring chemical inside of marijuana.
So make that available
In other words, the
people-
hybrids are removing the thing that keeps you from having your brain break. That's all I'm saying. Is that much like with alcohol, you can't just drink straight alcohol with nothing else in it. There's other things.
I've got a bottle of bleach in my house. Should I go drink it?
If it's made safe. Yeah, well, actually,
Got a label on it.
yes, go drink some, please.
I'm just saying, no, you can regulate it all you want. There's still gonna be, it's still gonna be available. That's the whole issue with marijuana, legalization anyway. It's like, hey, we're gonna legalize it, but we're only gonna have the potency up to here. Well, there's still gonna be somebody that's like, hey man, if you're looking for something that's more potent, I can hook
Thank
you up
you.
with it. There's always gonna
Yeah,
be a
but I'm
black
saying-
market for it.
But I'm saying if you're going to make it widely available, if you're going to have marketing behind it,
And
if
tell people what's in it. I'm all for that. I have no problem with that.
it should be a little safer, just a little.
So
Not
Okay.
when it's
There's no issue
legal,
with
you're
that.
gonna have both versions available, the CBD version and the
No.
non.
and that's
Why not?
No,
that's fine, but
no, you're not, because the Zeus levels of THC that he's talking about are not going to be legal. Like they're not in my
Right,
state.
they're not going to put them in the dispensary.
They're not going to be at the dispensary.
They'll be on the
They just aren't.
It'll be on the medical.
Now, if you want, Tom, if you want to buy good, strong weed, and it says, "Do not smoke more than blank," and you do, then that's on you.
yeah,
Unless, like, think about it. If I get a prescription for like an antipsychotic pill, and I get a month's worth, and the pill tells me, or the bottle tells me, okay, take two a day. Every 12 hours, you take one. If I take the whole bottle, I'm ending up in the ER, and then next thing I know, Zeus is looking at me, trying to whisper to me so I don't need a shot. I mean,
Yeah.
like Mike is right. Like, I don't care what they do to legalize it. Like in my state, it is legalized. We have dispensaries. They prescribe the weed. But I can always just say, fuck that. I can always buy more on the street tomorrow.
Why
So
not
I'm going to
legalize
smoke
that?
this in.
yeah, but you
Legalize
do
what's on the
heroin.
street.
Heroin's not legal.
Well, because then, I would be fine with that. But then people die and they end up in Zeus's care, which is what he's advocating
That's
against.
frightening in its own
It
right.
goes back to your Tide Pod argument.
No, right. It's the same. If people want to be stupid, Jason and Mike have said the same thing. You're going to have stupid people. So you're
We could
saying
say-
ban everything. Your solution is ban everything, and Mike and I are
I'm
saying
not banning anything.
they're still going to do it, Tom.
Definitely didn't
I've
say
never
ban
said
everything.
ban it. You keep taking it to this extreme. I'm not.
I said no. No one said Zeus again. No, I'm talking to Tom. Tom said like let's ban all smoking.
Yeah.
Oh,
also-
he just doesn't like smoking.
No, no, because smoking causes cancer. You don't want to smoke, but you can have
Okay,
the
but-
marijuana in other forms.
Yeah, but your point. Yeah, but the point was you were saying, well, why don't we do this? And I said, well, you can do that, but it's still up to stupid people to do stupid things, which is what Mike's been saying the entire time. Like you can put like in my state, it is legal. It is legal. There are dispensaries. Jason was saying this too. But if I get enough for a week and I decide to eat the whole brownie, like Darcy took too much of the cookie, then that's on me. I'm an idiot. And next thing you know, Zeus is talking to me
But do
and
you
I'm
wanna-
fucked up.
You want to legalize and regulate, or you want to just legalize everything? Because it sounds like you want to legalize and regulate, which is what Zeus is proposing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm all for
Yeah,
that.
well, my
Legalize
point
and
is,
enforce.
what I'm saying. You can't regulate it until it's fully legal. It's always going to be in the state
Well-
of flux.
well, where I live, it is. And I think we're kind of going that way.
That's all I'm saying.
And
That it's inevitable. Let's
yeah,
just
I don't, well, I mean, that's what's actually happening, Zeus. That's actually happening now.
right. My whole conversation was
Jack,
about
you just-
we need to speed that process up
Every-
because people
I
are
think
getting
mo-
hurt.
Most people, people that aren't crazy, right? They want if
Right.
they're high, they want to like they don't want to be like, oh my
Get
god,
high.
I think I'm gonna die. They want like hey, I'm feeling mellow,
Yeah.
right? So the only way you're gonna get that is if it's regulated. You know, we make companies.
Well,
Okay, we have to figure out how do we only get 7 milligrams in this square, right? And
I'm okay with that.
This is everything that I said from the
But
regulation.
here's the thing, Zeus.
No.
Look at alcohol. Alcohol is super freaking regulated, man. There's people that don't drink at all. There's people that drink on special occasions, and there's people that drink at 6 o'clock in the morning as soon as they wake up, and they have serious issues. And it's like, of course, regulate it. Let people know what's in it, but you're still going to have the social problem of people abusing it or having an issue with it.
He's not
That's
listening.
completely. There's no one in Washington D.C. that's going to write a law that's going to stop that.
no one's
Period.
saying that, no one's saying they are.
Everybody keeps using terms like stop and ban. I'm saying regulate. That's all.
Well,
That's
we
too
already have
vague.
that
That's the
here.
problem.
We're agreeing. I'm agreeing
Why
on
do you
that.
put it in food? Why do you put something that gives you munchies into food? Because you're going to eat the food that has the stuff that get. It's a vicious circle.
People will always take something to the extreme, man.
Yeah.
Yes, but allow them to do that.
Yes. And regulate is synonymous with control, and it's also super vague. Legalize
Very
and
vague.
inform. That's what you do. You just inform.
Yes. Thank
Have you
you.
seen these 600-pound people, like My 600-Pound Life? Have you seen these TV shows?
God.
Yes.
People
I love
just,
it. I love it.
I watch about 4 minutes and I'm disgusted and I have to. That and hoarders. We're such
I
a
love hoarders. Yeah.
society. It's just
People will do. I mean, that's the problem, though. That's what they're saying. No matter what, Tide Pods or whatever you put out there, people are going to take it to excess.
And what's that MTV when it's like my 16-year-old baby mama?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't watch reality TV.
I can't
think
stand
that is
reality
the
TV.
Worst type of entertainment. So,
Hey, guys,
what?
we've been going for like probably an hour and a half, so we should probably stop recording. And if you guys want to continue, we can always do a separate podcast, but I don't know if anybody wants it.
So let's stop recording and then we can chit chat.
All right. You got any last wrap it up comment, Zeus?
No,
I'll sign it off.
thank you for all agreeing.
No.
And
Yeah.
All right.
Wilkes Allen.
I'm gonna go get. Wait, all right. Why don't we all go get stoned?
I'm gonna go in my car and get on the Beltway and drive like 150 miles an hour around the Beltway right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go eat one of the mom's Tide Pods.
No, I knew a
Yes.
police officer that did that. And he did. I think it was like 40. Was it 40 minutes? Or
Yeah.
20 some minutes. I remember it was some ridiculously low amount of time. It took him like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like it was cool as shit, you know.
I used to.
Wait.
Let's say I drove drunk. Oh my God, the cat story, Jason.
Jason, I'm sorry. Jason, what are you gonna do now that we're signing off?
I have some bleach waiting for me.
Oh, sweet. Sweet.
Tastes
All right,
good.
guys.
Tom, what about you?
I'm going to bed.
Oh,
You know, a
always
lot
the
of people
voice
die
of
in their
reason.
sleep, Tom. A lot of people die in their sleep, man. Just
Yeah,
saying.
we're gonna have to regulate. You can only sleep 6 hours.
Yeah, you might have a nightmare, Tom. You might have a nightmare.
Yeah.
Can't be too safe.
Gotta regulate my
All right.
snoring.
Well, good.
Back in the early
I say we say goodnight.
it was illegal to
Good
have
night, fellas.
Good night.